mascot for the day, Mr. Tom Bozo.
All right, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Morning. All right, here's my title of my thought of the day: Homeboy Gear. So thinking about the shirt that Zeus is wearing here, right?
Oh, yeah, it's blue.
It's blue. So over this past week, I've heard 3 different stories related to shirts, right? And I know a few days ago, Hector was talking about wearing Homeboy shirts. Let me give you one of the stories. So on the weekends, I have a bunch of friends, and we go trail hiking in the Santa Monica Mountains. And it's great exercise to get out there on Sunday morning and just, we all kind of aggressively hike up the hill, and then we kind of meet at the top and walk down together and talk along the way. And one of the guys that was there, I hadn't seen him in a number of years. And we were hiking down, he was asking about Homeboy and how's it going to Homeboy. And he said, hey, you know what just happened? You know what happened to me a few weeks ago? I said, what's that? He said, well, I was wearing one of my Homeboy shirts from the 5K, and I'm hiking down the trail, and all of a sudden, a group of people walking up recognize Homeboy, say, hey, Homeboy, and they come up and give him a hug right there on the trail. And so we all have our stories of wearing our Homeboy gear outside of Homeboy and what that means. And about a week ago, we had our annual board meeting. So we have a board of directors, and we and the management team got together and all day talking about Homeboy the next couple of years and what we're going to work on and do. And so we asked a couple of people to give context. And Father Greg was up there talking about the times we live in today versus what it was like 15 years ago and 30 years ago. And he talked about back in the olden days when guys would be wearing the Homeboy shirts. Law enforcement wasn't too happy about Homeboy. They actually hassled our folks for wearing Homeboy shirts. But nowadays, law enforcement actually embraces what Homeboy's about and what we stand for and how we help people. And there's been stories out there where they kind of give our folks a pass for the shirts they're wearing and what Homeboy means all around. And so I also have a few stories. So a number of years ago, we would do our Homeboy 5K, and we have those nice 5K shirts that we hand out. And so on the way home, my wife and I stopped at one of our favorite spots, In-N-Out. That's right, one of the few places I could eat hamburgers at. And so we're sitting there, we have our Homeboy 5K shirts on, and this younger guy comes up to us and smiles and says, hey, Homeboy. And we look up, and he says, yeah, I love Homeboy. He said, Homeboy changed my life. He said, you guys took me in, Homeboy, when no one else would, and now I'm out. He was dressed in a uniform, a delivery guy. He says, now I'm out there working. My kids are proud of me. My lady says I'm more happy. And he says, I love Homeboy. Tell everybody I said hello. And then he smiles and walks away. And so, we all have it's great, because what Homeboy gear shows people, it's not about the gear, it's about the message, right? And what's behind the message. And for the outside folks in our community, they so appreciate what Homeboy stands for, and they so appreciate the work that gets done inside this building, and they so appreciate how people can change their life around with what we always know is about kinship and compassion. And so many people want to sort of touch that each time, so that's why they love seeing the shirts. So we have this great view and with great brand recognition, but we all know, as we're sitting here today, how hard it is to do that work. When we're inside this building, it's not so easy, right? I mean, it's like the results are phenomenal, but sort of the work coming through is hard. And I've been here long enough where I see folks walk through those doors for the first time, really tentative, not really sure what Homeboy's all about, not really sure they want to open themselves up, care for each other, accept hugs, accept the smiles and the laughter, because there's a lot of pain in lives, right? And so, but over time, it plays out, and people transform their pain and really heal and become more joyous and really hang on to that aspect that God loves all of us. And so I want to thank you for keeping this Homeboy culture strong, so that we're helping more and more people, so that then we put Homeboy on our shirts and we walk outside in the neighborhoods there in the community. People still look at us and say, hey, Homeboy, I love you guys.
That's right.